You are looking live at the WBC Arena. My name is Todd Grisham. And here with me, my broadcast colleague, it's Johnny Nelson.
You tried to give me the slip, didn't you, my friend? There was no way I was going to miss this.
It's time for our tale of the tape. It's Daniel the Miracle Man Jacobs, 6 foot tall, 160 pounds with a reach of 74 inches. And he'll be facing St. George Groves. This former super middleweight world champion stands 6 foot tall with a reach of 183.
Todd, this is well anticipated. I'm so looking forward to this tear-up. These two are really up for it. You know what? Nobody believes they're going to lose.
Here comes the Miracle Man himself, Daniel Jacobs, who's had epic battles with Canelo Alvarez and Triple G, the former two-time middleweight champion, looks to get back on top with a win in this one. St. George Groves. We've seen his fights with Carl Froch. He is always in there to hurt you. This London, England native looking to do damage today.
It'll be ding-ding from first thought. They're off.
This bout is scheduled for 12 rounds of boxing. Fighting out of the red corner from Brooklyn, New York. Introducing an acclaimed two-time middleweight champion of the world known as the Miracle Man. Introducing Daniel Jacobs. Fighting out of the blue corner, a European, British, and Commonwealth super middleweight title holder from London, England, a super middleweight champion of the world, St. George Groves.
Not too many seats to be had in this arena as the hype continues to build for this showdown.
This is an arena fight. You couldn't have got anybody else in this place.
No doubt about it. This was the hottest ticket in town by a country mile. Every seat has been sold. And there's the bell for round one. Swing and a miss for that jab. They miss with the jab. These two have been going at it on social media, and now finally they're about to go at it in the ring.
Situations like this, Todd, will either make or break a fighter, because the expectation from the thousands of people here, of the millions of people around the world, people like you and I sat here expecting everything and anything, can break a man or make a man.
Caution being thrown to the wind. This has been a very competitive round as we reach the midway point.
Skill for skill, tap for tap, just like a match made in heaven.
Swing and a miss with that hook. Misses with that uppercut. Do you believe what we are seeing? Well done with that counter shot. They both want a highlight reel knockout. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Talk about Jacobs in that last round. From this moment forward, he cannot afford to lose another round.
Wow, it's like two different leagues.
Stick him on the end of a jab. And great work. I love that. I love that.
Here we go. It's round two. So not the best round, but let's see if they can turn it around here.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab. Rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Sometimes when you're fighting a counter fighter, the rounds can get a little boring. You get trigger shy because you know if you throw a punch, one is coming right back at you.
They have got great ring IQ. Counter punches are the best.
I don't know what they thought this was, but I come through smoking. Smooth criminal like pounds, just told them with a squad get scolded. War with the Lord, not an omen. Still might have to grill a brother like Foreman. When my dogs start rioting, leaves will be falling off trees. You'd think that it's autumn. Yo, I can't stand these rap boys, feel to eliminate all. I'm trying to raise this stack, boy, so tall that it might fall. Top strike arm and I lick off the goal, so anything I set I achieve and more. Soon bring the man them on some kind of tour. Enough liquor bottles in my rider report. I don't know why they would step to the team, and I'll send man airborne like fly beat. Come like this as some sci-fi scene when I lace this magic on these type of beats. I don't want to hear no talk from a dweeb. You don't respect me if you don't pay my fees. If you don't respect me, then please better back out the way of this heat. I don't know what they thought this was, but I come through smoking. Smooth criminal like pounds, just told them with a squad get scolded. War with the Lord, not an omen. Still might have to grill a brother like Foreman. When my dogs start rioting, leaves will be falling off trees. You'd think that it's autumn. I don't know what they thought this was, but I come through smoking. Smooth criminal like pounds, just told them with a squad get scolded. War with the Lord, not an omen. Still might have to grill a brother like Foreman. When my dogs start rioting, leaves will be falling off trees. You'd think that it's autumn. Yo, step to the place where my jeers are with all nine and I'm on a mad one. I don't want no attention from that girl if she ain't a bad one. Man try tell me the 3-5 come too stinky as Cali that packs from. And if I go broke, N95's a nightclub slapped on. Soon put Chef on the map, son. Don't pop with too many brothers, they captain off. Dog, I don't care about the past, that bad in the present and you can get wrapped up. I don't deal with pests, man got no fertilizer for them. Go on then run up your mouth yet again. Joe get sent all the way up like Rem. Nah, that ain't the flexo. I got J's on my feet, they're retro. They can act like they got bars. I got bars in my name like Esco, and I'll slap them off like Crespo. Go dish out the news like Metro, and it's punks know that I don't tech joke. In person they reject smoke. I don't know what they thought this was, but I come through smoking. Smooth criminal like pounds, just told them with a squad get scolded. War with the Lord, not an omen. Still might have to grill a brother like Foreman. When my dogs start rioting, leaves will be falling off trees. You'd think that it's autumn. I don't know what they thought this was, but I come through smoking. Smooth criminal like pounds, just told them with a squad get scolded. War with the Lord, not an omen. Still might have to grill a brother like Foreman. When my dogs start rioting, leaves will be falling off trees. You'd think that it's autumn.
the jab, it doesn't score. Missing with the hook. We're at the halfway point, and both of these fighters know the round is still up for grabs.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than equal.
When you're fighting a counterpuncher, the feint can be such a good weapon. Pretend you're going to punch, make the counterpuncher throw a punch, and then you counter them.
To beat a counterpuncher, you've got...
Nature of the beast, no collision in the cage. When you visit, get the leave in the distance and it's sacred. Set your expectations. Hope you made your reservations. Till I land and you face it.
To take them out of their pace. Do not wait for them, because if you wait, they'll pepper and pop you all night long. Rush them.
This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. What about Jacobs in that last round? Well, this is the time that the trainer needs to come in and say something special. This fighter needs to turn the tables in this next round.
The bell, sometimes it can be the sweetest sound.
Good man. Back out there. I need you to win this round. Get your mind back, get your focus beautiful.
That's it. Now just stick a few body shots in there, vary it up a little bit so he can't figure you out.
Just get your shots off and don't give him anything. Go back and win the round, right? It's only one round that you've lost. Don't worry about it. Right, let's get out there.
That jab, and you're getting your time in already. That right hand's beautiful. That's it. Just stop.
And there's the bell to start round 3. It has been all one-way traffic. How do they turn this around?
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he does...
Oh, George Groves finally crumbles to the canvas. As we watch it again one more time, appreciate the perfection of that knockout shot.
I need to see that again.
At some point, the corner may have to intervene here because this fighter won't stay down.
What wisdom is to be down and to be back up again, to get yourself back into fight again, to show your fitness and determination. Maximum respect.
His stamina is off the charts. When are we going to see a jab from these two? Hold that thought! George Groves stumbling backwards. How are they still standing?
What recovery skills they are. What a shot it was. Completely gone. I thought there's no way to finish this round. But look at that. Look at the movement. Look at the speed. Back on it. Like it never happened.
That counter punch caught him clean. Beautiful counter shot. That jab misses. The perfect counter lands. Which fighter will say no mas? How about that time counter shot? Not the best of rounds with 10 seconds to go. And he caught George Groves big there. Let's talk about Groves in that last round. That'll be a 10-8 round for sure with the knockdown.
You've been put down, you've got to think right, survive, and then give it back the next round.
Smart work. Come on, you're better than that. You've completely switched up. Get your... Don't forget the jab, and don't get carried away. See? You let him back into the fight. You're much better than that guy. You're much better.
Back at it in round 4. They really got banged up last round. What can they do here to change the momentum?
What a heavy knockdown. How are they going to come back from that? They staggered back to the corner. They've got to freshen them up, alert them again, get them back on point again. This round, they've got to coast around. Don't get involved. Give yourself another 3 minutes to get your head straight.
To be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Big hook. Good thing it didn't land. Right uppercut can't find a home. Big hook thrown, but it doesn't connect. You've heard the phrase, finding a second win. I don't think I need to tell you which one of these fighters needs to find it.
What can they change? Can they slow the pace down? Can they hope to knock them out early? What can they do? They've got to concentrate and relax. Because you know what you can do in the gym, you can do it in a fight. They've got to relax.
That jab doesn't score. Straight right just misses. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Talk about Jacobs in that last round. That bell could not have come soon enough for this guy.
Every second, every minute of this fight is important. Every second, every minute of this round is important. You cannot afford to lose it.
Come on, let him back into the fight. You're much better than this guy.
You were thinking, you were smart, you weren't loading up, but you were still landing your power shots. Good work.
Mix them back together and put it back on him in this round. Don't worry about our round. Don't worry about our round.
On to the 5th we go. Let's see how they bounce back here in this round.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him. Tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
His stamina is off the charts. What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
Look back in the history books. Some of the best fighters in the world were the middleweights. Yes, the glamour division is the heavyweights, we know. But I'm telling you now, you look right there. These guys are on it. Fast, sharp, powerful. But it hurts. And you can imagine that on you. They're the size of an average man.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Tried to score with that hook, but missed. Swing and a miss with that hook. That hook doesn't score. You can tell who's stronger and who's faster. The Miracle Man now in some trouble. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Talk about Jacobs in that last round. And a round that seemed like an eternity for them finally comes to a close.
Wow, you know, I've been in fights like that. When you're thinking, come on, bro, ring away. You walk back to the corner like you've just seen the sun.
Go back out there and win the round. Get back behind you looking for that one shot or anything. You set him up and you'll take him out. Get out there and switch on. Get this boxing back together. You got complacent. The fight's not over yet.
Let's start the sixth. After that last round, something has got to change.
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You've got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs are gone. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
Nice counter. What do you think of what we've seen so far from these two boxers, Johnny?
The middleweights are the best you can ever come across. Obviously, the glamour weight is a heavyweight, but the middleweight is the size of the average man or woman. When you get in there and you're letting the shots go, you've got power, you've got speed, you've got pace. You can stand, you can dance, you can do everything. We can look back in history. You know the amazing fights at a middleweight are ridiculous. That is what writes our history books.
That hook won't score. They need to be careful they don't punch themselves out here. Punch, counter punch. Misses with the straight left. How about that time counter shot? Deciding to let it all hang out here in this round. He's putting the pedal to the metal, but has to be careful that he doesn't run it. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Talk about Jacobs in that last round. At this point, you got to believe he can't win on the scorecards. Going to need a knockout.
Needs a knockout without a doubt. Needs to go out there and think, right, you know what? Next round, you're getting it. You're going to get a kitchen sink.
Make a mistake. Just stay focused. Don't let him back into the fight. Don't give him no back on the job. And then get back out there and win the round.
Be looking there for one shot at a time. Set him up. We will take him out. He's ready to go. He's absolutely shattered. He's hurt. He's ready to go. But you've got to be smart, otherwise he'll see it.
You go out there, just take the round off and win the round on your jab. And breathe when you're...
The jab's working nice. Those 1-2 straight down the middle.
Switching off. You got to be complacent. This fight's not over yet. You got to go.
Great round.
Round 7, here we go. Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
One of the best attributes to have in boxing has nothing to do with boxing. It's how well you can take a punch to the face.
I've seen some fights with a granite chin. You can hit them with a sledgehammer. They are not going to move. But then I've seen some mad punchers with a chin like a crisp. As soon as you touch them, they're gone. And this is the danger spot.
They're both trying for a knockout. They need to be careful they don't punch themselves out here. You've seen all the famous boxing movies, the training scenes, the gym work. That's what it all boils down to. Who's going to have more endurance?
Now you've got two fighters that are absolutely shattered. What gets you through? Willpower. Calm, because if you panic, you get desperate. If you get desperate, you make mistakes. If you make mistakes, you get knocked out.
Starting to take some deep breaths now, but still fighting hard. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. In that last round. I'm worried about these two fighters gassing out as this fight goes on.
This is when you talk about championship material.
That's it. Start sticking a few. What are you doing? You've done all that work all the way through camp, and that work. Just stay focused. Don't let him back into the switch on and get your boxing back together. Get your mind smart. You weren't loading up, but you were still landing your power shots. Good work. Don't forget the jab and don't get carried away. Think about the defense on end. Think about trying to get your boxing back together.
And there's the bell for round 8. How much do they have left in the tank after that last round?
An amazing pace and tempo set in the last round. Can you keep this up?
I don't know what they thought this was, but I come through smoking. Smooth criminal like pounds, just told them with the squad get scolded. War with the Lord, not an omen. Still might have to grill a brother like Foreman. When my dogs start rioting, leaves will be falling off trees. You'd think that it's autumn. Yo, I can't stand these rap boys, feel to eliminate all. I'm trying to raise this stack, boy, so tall that it might fall. Top striker, man, I lick off the goal, so anything I set, I achieve and more. Soon bring the man them on some kind of tour. Enough liquor bottles in my rider report. I don't know why they would step to the team, and I'll send man airborne like fly beat. Come like this as some sci-fi scene when I lace this magic on these type of beats. I don't want to hear no talk from a dweeb. You don't respect me if you don't pay my fees. If you don't respect me, then please better back out the way of this heat. I don't know what they thought this was, but I come through smoking. Smooth criminal like pounds, just told them with the squad get scolded. War with the Lord, not an omen. Still might have to grill a brother like Foreman. When my dogs start rioting, leaves will be falling off trees. You'd think that it's autumn. I don't know what they thought this was, but I come through smoking. Smooth criminal like pounds, just told them with the squad get scolded. War with the Lord, not an omen. Still might have to grill a brother like Foreman. When my dogs start rioting, leaves will be falling off trees. You'd think that it's autumn. Yo, step to the place where my J's are with all 9 and I'm on a mad one. I don't want no attention from that gal if she ain't a bad one. Man try tell me the 3-5 come too stinky as Cali that packs from. And if I go broke, N95's a nightclub slapped on. Soon put Chef on the map, son. Don't pop with too many brothers, they cap enough. Dog, I don't care about the past, stack bad in the present and you can get wrapped up. I don't deal with pests, man got no fertilizer for them. Go on then run up your mouth yet again. Joe get sent all the way up like Rem. That's right. Nah, that ain't the flexo. I got J's on my feet, they're retro. They can act like they got bars. I got bars in my name like Esco, and I'll slap them off like Crespo. Go dish out the news like Metro, and it's punks know that I don't take joke. In person they reject smoke. I don't know what they thought this was, but I come through smoking.
Me personally, I don't think that's possible. And if they can, their training, their conditioning would have been ridiculous, like they're in the army. But these guys, if they can keep up this pace, we are in for a great night.
Won't score with that right uppercut. He needs to be careful not to punch himself out. Punch, counter punch. Talk about punches and bunches. That's the mantra for this fighter with that exceptional hand speed.
So you're getting in there with someone that's so fast, you're prepared to take a licking because you've got to get some before you get in close.
Swing and a miss with the hook. Just misses right uppercut. We've seen in the past from this fighter, they don't get concerned when they lose some of the earlier rounds because they know they've got that power that can strike at any moment.
Sometimes when you get in there with someone that's so powerful, you've got to think him. You've just got to be smarter than him. He's got to be like a little faggot and pickpocket him.
This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Let's talk about Rose in that last round. You've heard the old phrase, this might come down to who wants it more. but it might come down to who's in better shape. Let's see how much fatigue we see here in round 9. Fatigue is setting in. Let's see how they handle it here in this round.
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, prepped right, I'm expecting you to get through this. If not, if you've cheated, the ring can be the loneliest place in the world.
Is he going to punch himself out, though? Well, they're going deep into the gas tank on this round. Power is obviously the great equalizer in boxing, but when you know your opponent is relying on that so heavily, how do you deal with it?
You've got to be courageous when you get in there with someone that's bigger, stronger, and faster. You've just got to use brain there.
Straight right, just misses. Just missed with that hook. Didn't land that jab. One punch could change the entire complexion of this fight. And he scored. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. What about Jacobs in that last round? We'll see how much endurance these two fighters have.
You cannot gas out. If you prepared right, slept right, ate right, and did everything right for this fight, you have no excuse for gassing out.
I like that. I'm happy. You don't care. Go out there and win this next round. No free shots. That's what. Just keep him on the end of that jab and you'll get your job.
Get back out there and win the round. Now it's a tougher fight. He's going to be confident. You've got to take that confidence away. Go out in the first minute, stick him on the end of
That one shot or anything. You set him up and you take him out.
that confidence, stop him in his tracks. Right, let's get out there.
There's the bell to start round 10. Let's see how much...
You might just be the greatest boxing champion of all time. See, man like me, I'm an undisputed champion of life. Ooh, the dogs with me, walks with me, barks with me, go to war with me. That's war with my full city. War with me, that's war with the 6-1.
recovery they saw there in the last minute.
What were they doing that round? Are they trying to get an earning out? That's a lot of energy burst. They did 6 rounds in one. They're going to be absolutely shattered.
Well, just a couple rounds left, Johnny. What's your assessment so far?
Having so much speed, what happens to your opponent is you get cut to ribbons, and that's where the referee has to jump in and stop the fight. And you know this is going to happen, so you rush your work. You think, I've got to get him inside close rounds.
You'd like to see someone use a jab here to establish a boxing presence, but no, they just want to fight. A lot of effort being exerted here. You hear people talk about a boxer's chin. Do they have a good chin? Do they have a glass jaw? Those are questions that are being answered here tonight.
Middleweight always gives us a class. If you've got 2 class middleweight fighters, you are in for action. I'm quite sure right now, if you know your boxing, there's a certain fighter, I would just say marvelous, but some fighters were unbelievable middleweight.
Both of these men showing exceptional chins, by the way. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Talk about Jacobs in that last round. Stamina is always an issue in a prize fight.
There's a lot on the line here.
That's it. Start sticking a few body shots in there.
Okay, you let him back into that fight, and that's his round. He go back.
Just the same again. Don't change too much yet. Keep doing what you're doing.
Let's just get out there and let's reset. Forget about the round.
He's about there for a one shot at a time. Set him up, but you'll take him out. He's ready to go. He's absolutely shattered. He's hurt. He's ready to go, but you've got to be smart. Otherwise, he'll see it and he'll ride it out.
Boxing, be smart, get your shots up. Don't give him anything.
Focus. Don't let him back into the fight. Don't give him no free shot.
And there's the bell for round 11. They really seemed to exhaust themselves last round. Let's see what they have left.
An amazing pace and tempo set in the last round. Can you keep this up? Me personally, I don't think that's possible. And if they can, their training, their conditioning would have been ridiculous, like they're in the army. But these guys, if they can keep up this pace, we are in for a great night.
Throwing the hook, but it doesn't score. How nervous would you get when you know you're facing a big puncher like this that can seriously hurt you?
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone. Forget tactics. They know the second they touch you, it's done. That's where the confidence comes from.
Might want to think of holding on here for a minute. Incredible work rate. They call it the chin. How strong is your chin? Do you have a glass chin? These are things that can affect the fight.
Don't get trigger happy, because all of a sudden you're going to be gassing yourself out trying to get that shot, and that's when they catch you.
He couldn't take it anymore, and down goes St. George. And it's a one-hitter quitter. What a knockout shot. Let's take another look.
A shot from the gods took him out.
One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. You still want to fight?
Let's talk about Groves in that last round. It's not over till it's over, but that knockdown is going to be huge.
I love the response, though. Got back up, took a deep breath and thought, right, brush it off, get on with the job.
What are you doing? Come on, switch on, switch on.
Thought you weren't loading up, but you were still landing your power shots.
Buzz, come on. You let him back into the fight.
And there's the bell to start round 12. Got to get the momentum shift coming their way. What can they do here?
What a knockdown. 1 minute, you need 1 hour to get over a shot like that. Now it's down to conditioning. Now it's down to mental strength and preparation. It's how you are going to deal with this.
This fighter expending a lot of energy in this round. The only fear you have with this fighter is, has he punched himself out? There's a big difference between being the aggressor and the effective aggressor. Which type are we seeing so far?
Sometimes when you have a fight, the best way to beat a fight is not give them what they want. Because they want to get you there. They want you to stand there toe-to-toe with them and have a tail. That's what they do in the gym every single day of the week. What you've got to do is you've got to frustrate them as they set their shots. Get out of the way. And they'll get so angry, so frustrated because they can't work.
That right hook won't score. How about that time counter shot? Both men step back for just a moment. Holding nothing back here in the round. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. So the judges can't make up their mind. It is a draw. No winners and no losers here.
You know what? That's fair. And for the fans, I feel sorry for the fans because they wanted to walk away with some winner. But eventually, these guys are going to have to do it all over again. A draw. Suck it up, Buttercup.
You might just be the greatest boxing champion of all time. You see, man like me, I'm an undisputed champion of life. Ooh, the dogs with me, walks with me, barks with me, go to war with me. That's war with my full city. War with me, that's war with the 6-1. Ooh, the dogs with me, walks with me, barks with me, go to war with me. That's war with my full city. War with me, that's war with the 6-1. When your idols become your rivals, has a funny way of making you pick up the Bible. I've been hustling for the longest, the money's vital. Late night in the casino, I watched him win the title. I don't have to think too heavy, I can remember. City centers hella cold in the December. The roads that I'm from will turn you to a contender. I'm a Jean-Claude Van Damme, there's no surrender. You didn't know money when the bally meant this trally's up. When I'm saying money, I'm not talking about back here. It's funny how the tables turn. You